What's happening? What's going on, y'all? What's happening? It's a Save Yourself Sundays. Save yourself, right? Save yourself, man. Now we got to talk about, I have to speak on a couple things this morning because I still see the Atlanta chaos going on between Woody, as he likes to call himself, Woody. I call him Woody. You know, that's the country slang. Woody. And Thugger, Gunna, and all these other people. Now, I just saw Woody and Yak Gotti together doing 20 versus 1. So that tells me right there. And then I seen a video of Woody saying something to, I don't know if he said Rollo. I don't know who he said. One of them. I don't know if it was Rollo or who it was he was talking to. But I saw a video about that too. Right? So, when I say save yourself, I'm talking about, listen, man, Thugger bro. And I told y'all this on the other video that I did the other day about this shit going on. You know, about him talking, exposing shit, all this kind of shit going on. Now, you know, I told y'all that was a hit on Woody the other day when he got hit on that bike and shit. That was a hit. It was clearly a hit. And he got back on live with his face scarred and bruised the fuck up. Right? Threatening. Now, he allegedly was threatening Thugger because he said something about, if my daughter get up crying or whatever he said. I saw that clip. And he's threatening Thugger. Right? So this right here, I knew eventually it was going to happen. I knew this. I told y'all months ago that when Lucci got out, YFN Lucci, which was a big op of that whole gang, that whole shit going on in the city, I told y'all. And then Rollo is involved, right? And then the shit come out, Thugger came out and said that Woody was responsible for the death of Nut, allegedly. Now, I do believe that the reason Woody is threatening Thugger at this point is because he's really spilling a lot of tea, which could be true, which could lead to his freedom being taken from him. Because I do believe, now y'all know how these DAs in Atlanta work. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but I'm talking about people who from Atlanta. We know how they work and they operate. And they'll keep digging and digging and digging. And I do believe personally that they may be digging and digging to find evidence on Woody taking the life of Nut. I do believe that. I believe that they are constantly digging to find actual evidence of him doing that, to prove it. And the only way he probably could get out of this is if he all the way tell everything he know properly. He has to reveal everything. I'm talking about like all this gang activity that went on, all that shit. But I do believe they still want him because he got away. You did what I'm saying. He was on stand saying stuff and he got away with it. Just like he had admitted that they had shot up Rich Homie Quan. Rest in power to him. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. They shot up his dad at barbershop on Bankhead. So, listen. I would say this. Man, they trying to take Woody out because that bite hit, that was a hit to take his life from him. And they weren't successful. So now, here we are possibly can conjure up a whole case against him to get his ass behind bars again in prison for the murder or taking the life of Nut. Because Thugger said it. I mean, why would Thugger say something like that? If it wasn't valid, allegedly, if that was not a valid reason for him to say that, why would he say that? Why would he just come out and say that? So there's a lot brewing right there. There's a lot brewing. And hey, man, I would say that you can only run for so long, bro. It's only so long you can run from doing shit. You got bodies and stuff like that, man. Come on, man. I mean, allegedly. I'm just saying, I would just be prepared if I was any of these men. They obviously want to take Thugger down because they keep exposing his phone calls, all kind of shit. You know, so they definitely after you, Thugger, for sure. For sure after you. And I believe he know that. That's why he doing all these videos. He don't give a damn. He probably don't even give a F no more. He don't care. But I do believe they after both of them. Because I feel like they feel like those are the snake heads on YSL right now. So if they feel like if they can take those two down, then they have gotten rid of the whole YSL thing. Right? Because, you know, allegedly Woody is known to be a hitter. Allegedly. That's what he's known for. He's known to have body buried. Take a body or two. Allegedly. This is what the streets say. This is what the streets say. I don't know that man personally, so I can't put that on that man like that. But I'm telling you what folk be saying about him. That's what the streets say. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that there's an investigation going on about that shit. And hey, man, if they find it, man, you better get that 20 verse, but you better be on a lot of these 20 versus 1 with it. For real, to set up your children, and just in case something happened to you. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay? And Thugger better, you walking on a tightrope too, especially in Atlanta too. Even though he well connected now, there's a lot of people that love Thugger for what he was doing. And people don't know behind the scene what that man was doing. That man was like doing like building housing and all that shit for people. He was doing what Rollo doing. What Rollo did. He doing what Rollo did. Rollo got a whole community over there of people that pay him rent. Apartment community. But anyway, that man was providing housing and shit out here. So it's a lot of people that still ride for Thugger in the city. You did what I'm saying? But there are them enemies too. You know what I'm saying? That was involved in this goddamn YSL shit. So we'll see how it turn out. I'm just saying that I feel like something is brewing right there. And hey man, y'all better be well of your safety and your freedom. Okay? Now, let's get on to another topic that I want to talk about. Now, I told y'all months ago that the fraternities were going to be under judgment and under attack, right? I also see Tyler Perry being under attack too. I told y'all for what he said at Angie Stone's funeral, but they were going to still continue to attack him. And I see his alleged victim has done an interview, a sit-down interview about his experience with Tyler Perry. I told you he was going to be under attack for what he said at Angie Stone's funeral. Like, you can't join and then turn around and say something against the organization to try to, see what I'm saying? But then again, hey man, wrong is wrong, right is right. So he spoke on and stood on business when he spoke about what happened to Angie Stone's money. And I understand that, bro. I get it. He wants to know what the fuck happened to her money. Where is it at? But according to the children now, they are doing the right thing by putting up the lawsuit going after what happened to her, which is good for them. I hope it comes out right for Angie Stone's sake. Rest in power to Angie Stone. Rest in peace. Paradise. Angie Stone. But back to the fraternities. Now, I do understand that the hazing process in being part of a black Greek organization can be very, very traumatizing. I do understand that from what I've seen and what I heard, the videos and people who have come out and spoke against all that shit. I do understand they were traumatized. I do get that. And I feel like, to me, Black Greek organizations was more about serving the community, about doing for people, helping people. You know, it's a way for sisterhood and brotherhood to get together, right? And kind of run a society that'll help people.